Happy New Year. It's going to be a fantastic year. And the question I want to ask everyone is, why is 1st of January so different? Why does it feel different? It feels different because we give ourselves a chance for a new beginning. And there are so many places in our life where we want to give ourselves a chance, but we don't. We don't. You know why? Because we look at our life in blocks of time. Blocks of time that represent our age. I know people who look at their age and they say, oh, it's too late for me to do this, this, and this. Or I'm too old for this now. And I want you to know that there is no such thing. There is absolutely no such thing. Time is not a confine. Time is not a confine. Because things can happen very quickly. And that is what our affirmation for today is. Time is not a confine. It does not limit me. My timing does not limit me. And it's so important in so many ways. Because putting a time limit on something is taking score. And taking score creates resistance. Always. Taking score creates resistance. Unless you're right here at the top of the emotional scale, and this is what confuses people. Because when you're right here, when you are aligned and you're flying high and everything is working out and you just know because you're one with the universe, then you have forward knowledge. You have knowing. You know what's going to happen when you're over here. And those people who are successful, why do you think they're successful? They are successful because they are aligned and they are over here. And then you hear these people who are successful tell you that they set up a goal and then they worked towards it and they achieved it. And they didn't let anything stand in their way. And the problem with that is people who are over here or here or here or here or here or here on the emotional scale, they look at that and they think, that's what I should be doing. I should be setting goals and working towards them. So you are mimicking, when you do that, you are mimicking the outer behavior, not the inner behavior. You can only see with your 5 senses, you can only observe outer behavior. You cannot mimic the person's inner workings, inner behavior, unless they take you with them on that ride. And they tell you exactly what they were thinking and feeling. And a lot of time, these people who achieve that kind of success, you don't hear from them the inner workings and the monsters that lurked in the recesses of their mind that they had to fight with every day and put those monsters in a cage. Refuse to acknowledge that those monsters could hurt them. That is why they made progress. You only see the work that they're doing. And they're obsessed with the work that they're doing. Nothing gets in the way of the work that they're doing. But what is driving that obsession? That obsession is driven by something that's happening inside of them. And unless you can mimic the outside as well as the inside, then you cannot get the same results. So what happens? People join courses and they think that there's a quick fix because this person tells them, I took this course or I read this book and it changed everything for me. And then I started working towards my goals and I got my goals. That's not how it works. Because unless the inner working changes, nothing changes. You keep doing the same action again and again because guess what? Actions are driven by thoughts. Actions are driven by thoughts. Actions don't happen in a vacuum. Actions are driven by thought. So now, going back to this example, here is this person who is completely aligned and they are obsessed with what they want to accomplish, but they are aligned, they are obsessed from a place of alignment. And you see them working every day, nothing gets in the way, and they get what they want. Now there's a person who is over here in a place of fear. They are also obsessed with what they want. They can't get their minds off what they want. And they look at this person who achieved success and they think, oh, I just have to work at this every day and then I will get that success that person got because I have the same obsession. I have the same obsession about money. I have the same obsession about love. I have the same obsession. Therefore, because my desire, and you know what? In some cases, my desire is greater than the desire of this person. This person didn't even desire it that much. I desire it more than they did. How come they succeeded and I am struggling? I'm doing the same things that person did. I wake up and I exercise for the same amount of time. I wake up and I make phone calls for the same amount of time. I wake up and I beat the pavement for the same amount of time. I wake up and I do everything the same as that person. How come they are successful and I'm not? You know why I'm telling you this? Because I was one of these people. I used to ask this question, how come I'm not getting the same result? How come that person who knows less, who does not know as much, who does not have as much heart, who does not care as much as I do, who is not as sincere as I am, how come they are getting bigger rewards and I am not? I'm doing exactly the same or more. I am doing more than that person. How come my results are less than that person? That's the answer. The answer is, it's not about the outer action, it's about the inner working. And when the inner working is in place, time is of no consequence, because in that much little time, you can bound forward. The work that other people would do in many years gets compressed in a day and you do it. Because when you are aligned, timing is not a confine. When you are aligned, time is of no significance. Time is only of significance when you're over here. Everything seems to be taking longer. Everything is harder. And that, folks, is the difference. So if you want to mimic someone's success, you first, before you start mimicking their action, you see, because if you start mimicking their action, you will not get the same result that they got, and it will demotivate you. Okay? So the first thing you want to do, if you want the success that someone else has created, the first thing you want to do is to mimic their headspace. You have to mimic their headspace. You know the reason why they say hang out with those people that you want to be like? That's why they say that is because the more time you spend with them, the more you understanding how their head works. This is why there was a point in time when I was teaching law of attraction and I wasn't doing all these things that I was doing, but I realized this and I had an offer. Then the offer, only of maybe 2 or 3 people took me up on the offer, but I had an offer on my website that said, come and stay with me in my house for a weekend or a week. Because that way you will learn more than you could learn in 5 or 6 or 10 years. Because if you spend every minute of your day and you observe how I respond to the world around me, that is when you learn how my head works on the inside. And because you'll be hanging out with me, I can then share with you why I said what I said and did what I did. Otherwise, you don't know. You don't know what's going on in my head. You don't know. You're only ever guessing. Right? So, if you want the same success that a successful person has, that you want to be like, you need to get into their headspace. That's what you need. You need to get into their headspace. And then you will become like them. You don't become like someone else by mimicking their action. You become like someone else by mimicking their thought process. And that's what makes this mastermind, the Unlimited 365 Mastermind, so important and so useful and so life-changing, is because I share with you the working of my inner mind. I share with you every morning how my thinking works. And a lot of times that thinking is coming from something that I observed. And yesterday I observed people being happy, giving themselves a chance to be happy because it's a new beginning. And they're wiping the slate clean and starting all over again. It's a new year. And with the new year, you believe in new possibilities. But the point is that those possibilities were always there. They were always there. You can start new every day. Even before I ever learned about law of attraction, I learned to treat every day as a complete segment of time. I would tell myself, I'm not going to think about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not going to even plan for next week or next month. I'm not going to do that because I don't know. So all I know is what I can do and what I control today, in this day. I know what I can do today. I know what is going on today. And today is all I have to work with because I know today. And that actually gives me the opportunity to start every new day as a new beginning, as the beginning of a new year. Because then it's a new beginning. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh start at life. Today, I woke up in the morning and I have the opportunity to do things completely differently. Today, I can choose to eat differently. Today, I can choose to exercise differently. Today, I can choose to think differently. Today, I can choose where I want to put my energy. I can choose. And that choice is with us every day. This is why when we sleep and we wake up, Abraham says, It's a reset because it is. It is a reset. It's a new beginning. So, in conclusion, I want to tell you that there is nothing significant about starting a new year, because you have that same opportunity every day of the year.